Hello children, a very good morning to everyone. How are you all? And I hope you all are fine and safe at home. So welcome back to a grade 5 computer science online class. So we all are dealing with the lesson 1 that is all about computers, isn't it ma? All about computers. So in this lesson we learned about what are things we learned. You remember that? Yes. So first we learned about early calculating devices, isn't it ma? Early calculating devices. Then we have learned about evolution of computers, isn't it ma? Evolution of computers. So in the evolution of computers we discuss about the first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth and fifth generation, isn't it ma? So these are the 5 generation we discussed in the last class. So just we can recall what are things we learned in the from the first generation to the fifth generation. Okay ma? So in the first generation what they used? Yes, they used vacuum tubes, isn't it? They used vacuum tubes. In the second generation they use transistors, isn't it ma? They used transistor. Third generation they used integrated circuit, and the fourth generation they use a very large scale of integrated circuit that is called as microprocessor, isn't it? Microprocessor. And the fifth generation it is a upcoming generation, isn't it ma? They plan to do it in the future. So what's the plan? Yes, they plan to make the computer as an artificial intelligence, isn't it? Artificial intelligence. What is meant by artificial intelligence? Yes, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that aims to create computer that can think, behave and react in the same way as the human do. So they plan to make a computer as like a human being, as we can able to think, behave and react. No, so like these things they plan to do it in the upcoming generation, that is the fifth generation. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about summaries of all the 5 generation of computer. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the summary of all 5 generation of computers. Okay, so look at the picture ma here. So here we have 5 columns. Okay, 5 columns. So each column we are going to discuss about the each generation. Okay, so look at the first one. First column is for the generation column. Second one time period. Okay, time from which period of time they start to use this computer and still how many years they used. Okay, that things we are going to see in the second column. And main component what they used during that generation. Okay, that one. Then characteristics, by using this type of components what are characteristics are there, that we are going to see in the fourth column. And last column we have some examples on the based on the generation. Okay, so look at the first one ma. So first one is first generation. So first generation is from the period of 1940 to 1958. Okay, so from the period of 1940 to 1958 they used what generation of computer ma? Yes, first generation of computer. Okay, so next column is what? For the main component. So what's the main component they used during this first generation of computer? Yes, they used vacuum tubes, isn't it ma? You know, isn't it? Vacuum tubes they used in the first generation. Then by using this vacuum tubes, what are characteristics are there for the computer? Yes, it is huge in size. Okay, computer is very huge in size, so it will occupy the entire room. Okay, and it is slow in speed. By using this big size computer, the computer was very slow, and the power consumption, okay, high power consumption. That means they need many amount of electricity to use the computer. Okay, then expensive to build and operate. So for building this computer and operating this computer they have to spend lot of money. Okay, the last thing is what? Reprogramming need for each problems. So for each problem, if you have 10 problem means first problem, afterwards only we can able to do the second problem. Okay, so second problem if you want to do means we have to reprogram the computer, so it will take lot of time. Okay, then look at the last column example. So the example for the first generation is ENIAC. Second one is EDSAC, then EDVAC, and last one UNIVAC1. Okay, these are some examples of first generation computer. Okay, have you understood ma this? Then look at second generation. So in the second generation it's under the time from 1959 to 1964. Okay, so in the second generation they used from the year 1959 to 1964. So what's the main component they use in the second generation of computer? Yes, they use transistors. Okay, they use transistors as the main component. So what are characteristics? Yes, smaller, faster, and less cost than the first generation. When you compare to the first generation of computer, the second generation of computer is small in size, fast. They can you do the programs faster and less cost. Okay, less in cost. Okay, when you comparing the first and second, you have the second generation is speed is very high, then small in size, and the cost also very less. Then second thing is what? Contain all the components of modern computers like what? Printer, storage capacity, operating system, etc. So these are the main components they had in the second generation. Like the modern computer, they had what? Printer, storing capacity, operating system, etc. And next, the programming language they used. Okay, during the second generation of computer, they used programming language like COBOL and Fortran. Okay, these are the two languages they use in the second generation. And example, look at the example column. So example we can say IBM 1401. Okay, 1401, IBM 1401 and RCA 501. RCA 501. Okay, then third one. Okay, third generation. So in the third generation of computer, from which time they use from 1964. Okay, from the year 1964 to 1970 they use this third generation of computer. And what's the main component of the third generation? Yes, integrated circuit. Okay, integrated circuit is the main component they used. Okay, and so when they use this integrated circuit, this computer has some characteristics. No, what are characteristics they have in the third generation? Yes, reduced size. Okay, so size was reduced. Okay, when comparing to the first and second, the size was smaller. Then increased stored capacity. Okay, so they can able to store the data and informations in a very huge amount. Okay, then less cost is very less, and different programs could be run at the same time. So we look at the first generation, each program they have to reprogram the computer once again, isn't it? To do the second program they have to reprogram, but in the third generation the different programs could be run at the same time. Okay, then look at the example is IBM 360 series and 370 series. Okay, example for third generation computer is IBM 360 series and IBM 370 series. Okay, so next one is the fourth generation computer. Okay, fourth generation computer. So in the fourth generation computer was used from the year 1971. Okay, 1971 to still date. Okay, to the present date we are using the fourth generation. So we are under the fourth generation of computer. So what's the main component used in the fourth generation? Yes, microprocessor. Okay, so in the present day computer they are using the microprocessor. Microprocessor is nothing but it's a very large scale of what? Yes, integrated circuit. So in the third generation they use integrated circuit. No, so they same thing only they are using the fourth generation, but it is in very large scale. Okay, then by using this fourth generation computer, what are the characteristics are there? Greater computing power. Okay, greater computing power and storing capacity. So they can able to store the data in a very large amount, then use better storage devices that cost is less. So when comparing to the first, second and third generation, the cost is less and they can store the data in a better way. Okay, and last thing, can be linked together or networked. Okay, so we can able to share the data and informations by using the net connection. Okay, that's the main thing in the fourth generation of computer. And look at the example so in the example we have modern days we are using what? PCs, laptops. Okay, these are some examples of what? Fourth generation computer. Okay, so look at the next last column. Yes, last column, fifth generation. Okay, fifth generation they didn't give the time period because it is a future. Okay, upcoming generation. Okay, so the time is not given. So main component, what's the plan what's their plan? Yes, they plan to use the artificial intelligence. Okay, they are plan to use what? Artificial intelligence. And what's the characteristics are there? Yes, high efficiency and greater performance by multiple CPU. So they plan to use multiple CPU. So it has a high efficiency and greater performance. And second point, ability to carry out very complex programs. Okay, so by using the fifth generation of computer, it will have what? It will have ability to carry out very complex programs. Okay, so very difficult programs they can able to solve by using the fifth generation computer. Okay, and last thing, have decision making skill and logical reasoning. So by using the fifth generation computer, it will have decision making skill and also the logical reasoning. Okay, an example is not given. So look at here, ma, this box is very important. You have to study well. If you study this column, means the last 3 pages no need to study, because everything is shortly they given everything here. Okay, so it's very easy, learn it. Okay, ma. So our last topic in this lesson is characteristics of computers. Okay, characteristics of computer. So under the characteristics of computer, we are going to look at first one is speed. Okay, speed of the computer, then accuracy of the computer, then high storage, then diligence and the versatility. Okay, these are the 5 things we are going to discuss under this topic. So listen, ma. So characteristics of computer, it has 5 steps. So first one is a speed. Okay, so speed, computer can be perform complex mathematical and statistical calculation at a very high speed. So as a computer, it can able to do the complex programs. That means complex difficult programs they can able to do in a very high speed. Okay, then next one is accuracy. Okay, accuracy means the computer are very accuracy if the data and the set of instructions entered into the computers are correct, then the result produced will be accurate. Accurate means very correct. Okay, so if you are giving the data and set of instruction to the computer in a very correct manner means it will also produce answers as very accurate. That means very correct answers they will produce and give it to us. Okay, ma, that's mean by accuracy. So it has a very high speed to do the complex and statistical mathematical calculation very fast. Likewise, if you are giving the correct data and set of instructions, everything correct means it will give the answer as very accurate. Then high storage. Okay, next point is what, ma? High storage. So computer have high storage capacity. They that can store a large amount of information in very small space. The stored information can be recovered instantly and correctly whenever desired. Okay, so we can able to store the large amount of data. Okay, so very in a very small space we can able to store large amount of data, and the data are we can able to take it. Okay, we will store some data. No, this data and instruction whatever we are given to the computers and the information everything we can able to take it. Okay, recover it very instantly and also it is very correct. Okay, then diligence. Look at the diligence, ma. Being a machine, computer does not suffer from the lack of concentration and continue to work with the same accuracy until the power is supplied to them. So this computer will not get bored or tired, otherwise it will not take any leave. Okay, so like us, the computer is not like us, isn't it, ma'am? So being a machine, the computer does not suffer from the lack of concentration and it will continue to work with the same accuracy until the power supply is good. Okay, so if the power supply to the computer is properly means it will not take any rest or it will not bore. Okay, so it will continuously it will work. Okay, the next one is versatility. Okay, versatility is the ability to perform different types of jobs. A computer can perform different types of job efficiently. It can work with the different types of data like pictures, audios and videos. So computer can able to do the work in very versatility. Versatility means it can able to get the data as a picture form or uh, audio form or video form. Likewise, it also produces the information in the picture form or text form or audio or video. Okay, so it's a very versatility to do the work. So versatility is the ability to perform the different types of job. Okay, so from the characteristics of computer, we come to know that as a computer is a machine, it can be do the answers very fast. Okay, it is a machine, it can able to do the work very fast, very accuracy. Then it has very high storage capacity, and it is a diligence, and also it is a versatility machine. Okay, so these are characteristics of a computer, but still it's a machine, it's have very good things everything, but it has some limitation also. So at the last we are going to see about the limitation of computer. So up to still date, okay, the computer lack the ability to make the decision. We know computer is a machine, is it ma? So as a human being, we have to give the decisions to the computer in the proper way. Okay, so we have to tell the computer what to do at each and every steps. And one more thing, in some situations the computer will either produces incorrect result. So in some time, okay, so in some time the computer will produce what ma? Incorrect. Okay, it will produces the incorrect result, otherwise it will not complete the task. Okay, have you understood? In some situation computer will either produce what ma? Incorrect result, otherwise it will not complete the task. So these are the limitations. There are two limitations are there. What are the limitations, amma? Yes, first one, it can't able to take the, otherwise it can't able to make the decisions in proper way. As a human being, we have to tell the computer what to do at the each and every step. That's the first point. Second thing, in some situation it will either produces the incorrect result, otherwise it will not complete the task. Okay, have you understood, ma? So from this lesson, we have learned about the computers, isn't it? What are the characteristics and what are generation and limitation, everything we learned from this lesson. So already we have completed the book exercise, and fill up true or false and choose the correct answers. Everything is over. So those cannot complete the book portions, you have to look at the last previous class videos, everything. Look at that and listen and write the book exercise properly. And I hope you have completed 2 question answers already I gave in the last videos, isn't it, ma? And today we are going to see the remaining 3 question answers. Okay, so you have to write the answers in your booklet properly. Look at the book and write the questions. Okay, so I am not going to give the questions, you have to look at the book. It is in the page number 16. Okay, look at the book and write the questions and copy the answers from the PDF file. Okay, ma? So listen, ma, from the page number 16 you have to copy the question. Okay, third question. The question is, mention any 3 characteristics of the first generation computer. Okay, mention any 3 characteristics of the first generation computer. So answer is, the 3 characteristics of first generation computers are huge size and slow speed. Second point, high power consumption. The last point is expensive to build and operate. See the answer once again. 3 characteristics of first generation computers are huge size and slow speed, high power consumption, then last point is expensive to build and operate. Okay, the next one, fourth question, what do you mean by artificial intelligence? What do you mean by artificial intelligence? The answer is, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that aims to create computers that can think, behave and react in the same way as humans do. Look once again, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that aims to create computers that can think, behave and react in the same way as human do. Okay, and the last of the question, write any 3 characteristics of computer. Write any 3 characteristics of computers. The answer is, 3 characteristics of computers are speed, second one accuracy, high storage. 3 characteristics of computers are speed, accuracy, high storage. Okay, so we have completed the first lesson. Okay, ma? So you have to study, that's your duty. Okay, you have to study the book exercise and as well as the booklet portion and everything. Okay, and we can start the next lesson in the next video. Okay, ma, thank you so much. Be safe.